There are castles built for war, castles built for power, and castles built for prestige. And then there's Houska Castle, a fortress built in the 13th century in a place where no fortress was needed, wanted, or strategically useful. A castle with no water source, no kitchen, and defensive features that face inward instead of outward. A castle that stands in the middle of a forest, far from towns, trade routes, or borders. For centuries, people have asked the same question. Why was Houska Castle built here? Today, we're exploring the 3 layers of its story. The documented history, the folklore that grew around it, and the modern investigations that keep its reputation alive. Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 45 of Spooky and Kooky. I'm Ellen.
I'm Alice, and as always, if you're into anything spooky, kooky, horror, paranormal, conspiracy, even a bit of true crime, then this is the pod for you. And today we're going to be covering
Houska Castle. Did anyone have any guesses for it? Did you?
I haven't had any, but to be fair, I think it's quite a niche one again, because you like your niche ones. I know nothing about it. Ellen's going to be telling the story, but if there's anything we love to do on Spooky and Kooky, it is to learn. So I'm ready, I'm set in, I've got my iced coffee. Well, we've got our iced coffees because it's hot as anything outside right now. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so we're here bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, early in the morning, so we can get this done, so I can go and sit in a nice air-conditioned
shower again. For the millionth time.
Do you know when I was younger, and my mum doesn't listen to these, so I can say whatever I want, but when I was younger, my mum, in the middle of the heat wave, she would lie on her bed with nothing but her pants on, with just a big fan rotating around her. And as I've got older, I relate to it.
It's relatable.
That's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon.
We honestly just have all of our windows, like everything, blinds shut, everything just sat in darkness.
I don't like the summer. I want to go back to spooky season. It's my favourite season.
The summer is fine if you're not doing your day-to-day life. Like,
and
if
not
you
in
have
the UK.
access to a pool. Yeah, the UK really does hit different. Like, I don't know why 30 degrees here is just like 50 degrees.
I love it when a people from abroad come here for a holiday and they're like, oh my God, they're not just complaining it's different.
And I think it's because we have no AC anyway.
No.
Sometimes I go to the supermarket. Me and Rich will go there just so we can go down the frozen aisle.
I was about to say, sometimes I just go into Co-op to have a little break from it.
Just a little light relief.
But anyway.
Yeah, we've already gone on a
So
tangent.
we will try and get through this.
I mean, you know us.
Yeah, let's just see how we go, but we will be melting.
Can I just say, in this one, there are time slips.
It's already got everything.
It's got it all, as it always does. Okay, here we go. Houska Castle sits in a place that makes very little sense. North of Prague, tucked into a remote marsh-edged region of the Czech Republic, it rises from a limestone cliff that feels deliberately isolated from the rest of the world. Even today, the castle is in remarkable condition, but what stands there now is not the first structure to claim this strange patch of land. Long before stone walls and Gothic windows, before chapels and frescoes, there was a wooden fort, a crude, early attempt to tame a place that had already earned a reputation for being wrong. Sometime in the late 800s, Prince Slavobor, a figure who appears in several early Bohemian chronicles, came across this location and chose it as a site for a new stronghold. Historians often suggest he intended the fort as residence for his son, a fairly ordinary act for a regional ruler of the time. But the choice of location is where the ordinary ends. The area around Houska had already drawn people for centuries. Archaeological evidence shows that both Slavic tribes and earlier Celtic groups had used the plateau, though no one seems to know why. There were no trade routes here, no fertile farmland, no strategic advantage. Just a cliff, a swamp, and a sense repeated across folklore that something beneath the ground demanded attention.
I'm jealous that his dad built him a castle.
I mean, it didn't actually get built, but we'll get into it.
I want a castle.
Yeah, what?
Spooky and Kooky Fortress.
That would be amazing. It's going to be a moat because I don't want people just rocking up. We're crocodiles.
Yeah, do you know what? I was literally about to say that.
It's got to have the crocs.
We're so in sync.
You have one wing, I have the other.
We meet in the middle when we feel like it.
Yeah. And, you know, the stone just keeps it cool. Nice and cool inside.
Perfect for summer. A little dip in the moat, because the crocodiles will be tamed for us.
They will love us.
Delusion.
Well, we can dream. Construction began quickly, but the land itself seemed unwilling to cooperate. Much of the region is made of limestone, and while cracks and collapses are common in such terrain, what happened at Houska was different. As workers dug foundations, the limestone split open, revealing a gaping hole, a chasm, a void. And no matter how much stone they threw into it, the pit refused to fill.
First things first, as soon as there's a chasm,
I'm out.
yeah, why are we still trying?
If nothing's filling it, let's move on.
Don't even try and fill it. There's a chasm here. It could come back.
It's just rocky foundations anyway. Like, why would you still continue? Let alone if anything horrible is there.
We've done half the project now. Let's just try and...
My castle's not falling in another crack. Workers reported that the rocks made no sound when they fell, as if they weren't hitting anything at all.
Oh.
This is the moment when the stories begin. The moment when the locals started calling the opening something far more sinister. The gateway to hell.
To be fair, if they're not hitting anything, I'm thinking another dimension. The ideas are swirling.
I'm thinking this goes all the way to the other end of the world. Jump on through and I'm out the other side. People avoided the pit, especially at night. Smart.
Why would they not?
Just did the toe. But those who ventured close claimed they saw things crawling out of it. The most common descriptions were of dark, shadow-shaped figures with leathery bat-like wings. They were said to climb from the hole and then take to the air, circling above the unfinished fort. Others spoke of creatures that were part human, part animal, twisted hybrids that defied explanation. One of the most infamous was described as a grotesque mix of a frog, a dog, and a person.
Interesting.
I need the image of what parts are what. And with these sightings came suffering. Men fell ill with strange wasting sicknesses. Livestock were found mutilated or carried off entirely. Crops failed, and the locals blamed the pit and the things that crawled from it for every misfortune.
I'm trying to avoid interrupting too much because I notice I do that in your stories.
Whilst interrupting.
I've self-reflected and I thought I really need to change that, but of course it's coming from the pit.
What else is it going to be? It's a bottomless pit.
With a frog, dog, human crawling out of it. I'm going to say it's probably the pit.
Prince Slavobor's family never moved into the wooden fortress. Shock. The workers abandoned it before construction was complete, fleeing the site and refusing to return. Whatever happened there, whether superstition, geological anomaly, or something darker, the fort was left to rot on the cliff, its timbers decaying over the centuries until only fragments remained. For nearly 400 years, no one tried to build there again. It would be nearly 4 centuries before anyone dared to build on the site, and by the late 1200s, the wooden fortress was long gone. Its remains little more than rotted beams clinging off the limestone cliff. But the stories had not faded. If anything, they had grown sharper with time. So when King Ottokar II of Bohemia, a ruler known for his ambitious building projects, ordered a stone castle to be constructed on the site, his men would arrive already knowing the legend of the bottomless pit.
I don't want to be assigned that job. No, I'm just going to go sick that day.
Maybe I'm going to move.
I just want to also say how great your pronunciation has been for all of those names of the kings, because that just rolled off the tongue in one take, and that never happens.
Well, there's more.
These people, they don't see the outtakes, but sometimes it takes us 3 or 4 times to say one word.
There's one word in this script that takes me a couple of goes. So,
I have high hopes. Sounds like you've been practicing.
And even my mum sent me a message of a breakdown of how to say it. We'll see if I can say it in one.
Just anticipating that it was going to be...
really big it up in my head. I do this with Houska. Sometimes I'll say Houska, sometimes I'll say Houska.
I thought it was Houska. I thought it was Houska, but I think I read it wrong.
Well, I'm going to flip.
Actually, there's no debating whether I read it wrong. It's definitely not Houska.
It's definitely not.
But I would have gone with Houska if I read it right.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go Houska and Houska. We're just going to flip between and just roll with it.
At one point, you'll say Houska now.
Yeah, probably. Some historians suggest that Houska was intended as an administrative centre for the region, though no documents confirm this. What is certain is that Ottokar's builders were particularly interested in the chasm the locals had whispered about. They were told that villagers had tried to fill it for generations, but the pit swallowed everything without a sound. For generations, and they never got any... They never even seen the stones that they've been chucking in. And I'm thinking big stone. That's mad to me.
They've never resurfaced.
No. And so, in the decision that feels equals part desperate and cruel, the king's men devised a plan. They would send prisoners into the hole to discover what lay beneath.
This never ends well.
The prisoners were marched across the swampy landscape in chains, a ragged procession of men who had been promised freedom in exchange for their cooperation. Ottokar himself had visited their cells days earlier, offering a pardon to anyone willing to descend into the pit. For men awaiting execution, it must have seemed like the only chance they would ever get.
I don't know if I would take it. Would you take it?
I don't know, because if I didn't know the stories, I'd be like, that sounds pretty good.
It's just a pit.
But then if they gave me time to think about it, I'd be like, why are they asking? Think about it. I've got nothing. They're asking people with nothing to lose. That's a bit of a red
But
flag.
in all fairness, I'm thinking, if I don't do it, then it's execution. So is
Might
it
as well
really
give it
going
a
to be
go.
worse? Because it could be worse, but it also could be better. Yeah. And I get a pardon. Even if I don't come out.
I'm a free man.
I'll go down in history with my charges wiped.
As the limestone cliff came into view, crowned with the skeletal remains of the old fort, fear settled over them. When they reached the edge of the chasm, the guards explained the task. One by one, each prisoner would be lowered into the darkness on a rope. Their mission was simple: reach the bottom, observe what was there, and return to report their findings. They would continue until someone succeeded. I think the last line I'd be like, what do you mean, until someone succeeds?
But I don't really understand why. Are they doing one at a time, or are they literally
One at
just...
a time.
Because how long do you wait for them to come back out before
Well,
you're like,
just
okay,
keep
next in
lowering
line?
the rope, and then until you run out of rope.
And then longer rope each time? Because at some point...
Yeah, how long is the rope they're bringing? If it's bottomless.
I'm thinking one of the... Almost like an anchor chain where you have to like roll it down and it's just a big chain. And they just keep rolling and rolling and rolling it.
It's got to be long.
Well, I'm imagining the first person didn't succeed. It took a few tries, I'm guessing.
The first prisoner was a young man who had killed in a moment of rage. He stood at the edge, staring into the void so black it seemed to swallow the light around it. The guards tied a rope around his waist, and with no real choice left to him, he allowed himself to be lowered in. Within seconds, he vanished into the darkness. Silence followed, a rope descending into nothing. No sound of scraping rock, no echo, no indication of depth. Then the screaming began. His cries ricocheted up the walls of the pit, raw and panicked. The guards hauled the rope up back with frantic urgency, and when the prisoner finally emerged, the men recoiled. The young man they had lowered into the hole minutes earlier now looked decades older. His hair had turned grey, deep wrinkles carved into his face, and his eyes were wide with terror. He could barely speak, but what he managed to say chilled the guards. He described an impenetrable blackness, a foul stench, and most disturbingly, the sound of distant screams that were not his own.
So the screaming wasn't him?
I think he then did scream.
Oh.
But he heard other screams.
Could it be a... Because I do believe that your hair can actually turn white through fear. So could it be that through the retelling, they added in the wrinkles and stuff, and he was just really... But does it turn grey so quickly?
Like in an instant.
Because I've heard that can happen, but I don't know how long it takes, whether you go through something really scary and then like a week later you're all grey.
Yeah.
Or if it's instantaneous.
I don't know.
I bet it's not even true.
And I wonder if there's that, there's a room somewhere, isn't there, where it has absolutely no noise at all.
Yeah, and people can't...
You can't be in it. And like the longest was an hour, wasn't it? That
I want to go in.
I don't.
I just feel like silence. Come at me.
Yeah, I can't sit with my own thoughts.
No, neither can I, but I feel like I could, if someone offered me money to go in, easy.
I wonder if you start hearing stuff, because it's like, you know when you can hear the electricity buzzing? There's always a
Yeah.
sound if you listen.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. So would it make your ears ring? Just
I
'cause
feel
there's
like
no
your brain
sound?
would try and fill it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would give it, I'm talking a big game, but I do think I would last more than an hour. 24 hours for the right price.
What's the right price?
I don't know, but, you know, pricey.
Put in your offers.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I see it and I just think...
It looks
Easy.
like one of those things that you think, how an hour?
I
But
know.
I bet when you're in it, it must be
A minute,
weird.
I'd be pressing the eject button.
I'm out.
Let me out of here.
Pull me up.
I have one of my own authentic thoughts and I'm like, get me out.
I'm annoying myself. Please let me out. Oh dear. Moments later, his words dissolved into incoherent mutterings. He was taken away in the hope that rest might restore his senses, but within 48 hours, he was dead. His heart had simply given out. The next prisoners fared no better. Each man who descended into the pit returned changed, aged, broken, or raving. Only one refused to go more than a few feet into the darkness. He begged to be pulled up immediately, insisting that something unholy waited below. He chose execution over returning to the pit.
I feel like the first guy did kind of succeed. Like they know
He didn't get
what-
to the bottom.
I know, but they know what's
They
know
don't.
they know what's in it shouldn't be unburied.
They know just to cover it up.
Just
Let's
leave
just stop.
it.
Why do we need to know?
Why do we need to poke the bear at every opportunity we get?
Let's build somewhere else. There's no benefit of being there.
Just call it a damn day.
You know what? There's loads of lava land. We can build a castle. Let's pack up.
I just don't understand. Like, you know what's down there isn't good.
You've heard stories of things flying out and you think, you know what? That's prime real estate. I'm gonna build my castle there.
That's facts. That's exactly what they did. Because I just feel like I don't understand the purpose of this. Like,
Yeah.
human curiosity, fine. First prisoner goes down. They experience what they experienced. You then think, am I that curious?
It's not even that. You get you get the portfolio of land. This land, there's no water around it. There's no place to have crops.
It's subsiding.
You throw in the chasm with creatures falling out. And they're like, that's the one.
Imagine you go on Rightmove and in the features it's just got chasm.
Character property needs some renovation.
Chasm with unheard screams.
That sounds perfect for me. Where did I get to?
I'm so hot.
It's so hot. And they're laughing. It's just making me so much hotter.
I know.
I feel like I'm just going to slide off the chair eventually.
Yeah, it's literally dripping with condensation. Both of ours. It's really hot and we're 23 minutes in.
There's so much more to go.
Okay, right. I'm locked in. Got all my interruptions out of the way early.
Wipe the sweat from my brow.
That chasm sounding pretty good right now.
It sounded cool.
It's probably quite nice down there.
Yeah. Despite the horrors witnessed at the pit, or perhaps because they still had no explanation for it, construction of the stone castle continued. Of course it did. Ottokar's builders pressed on, laying enormous slabs of stone directly over the chasm. They sealed the opening beneath layers of masonry, and atop this artificial lid, they built the castle's chapel. It was a deliberate act, a spiritual counterweight to whatever darkness they believed lurked below.
This is just one bad decision after another.
Let's just pray the demon creatures away. It's always worked. In medieval Europe, it was common to build holy structures over places associated with evil, violence, or pagan ritual, in the hope that sanctity might suppress whatever forces lingered there. Houska's chapel became one of these battlegrounds. Fragments of the original frescoes still cling to the chapel walls today. Among them is a strange image of Archangel Michael spearing a demon, a clear symbol of divine victory over evil. But the most unusual painting is the one that has fascinated historians for decades. A half-woman, half-beast archer holding a bow in her left hand. In medieval Christian art, left-handedness was often associated with the devil.
Do you know, sorry, but this is really interesting. There's a study that shows that if you're left-handed, you're more likely to be a serial killer. Like, a lot of serial killers are left-handed, and not only that, if your pointer finger is taller than your ring finger, you're more likely to have like uncontrollable anger. Yeah, I know, everyone's going to be looking at your fingers.
Do you think it's just the years of being iced out in class as a child when you couldn't use the scissors?
So some people think it's that, but other people think it could be to do with the side of the brain that controls, like, being bigger.
Is it different then if you I guess it is. I guess
So some left-handed people, for whatever reason, they just choose to use their left hand.
What do you mean?
Not like consciously, but they're still, because obviously right-handed people, their left side of their brain controls, is their dominant side, so that side's like more developed or whatever. I'm not a neuroscientist, but this is the basics.
Yeah.
And then some people, for whatever reason, they have a left-sided brain, but they'll choose to use their left hand.
Oh, okay.
And it's not like a conscious choice, I don't think. I don't think they're just like, I'm just going to be different. But other people who actually have the right side of their brain, they are the ones more likely to be offenders of violent crime.
That's very interesting.
I heard it in a podcast and I was like, I love to learn. Just love it. So that was really interesting. But I think that, like, that's also interesting that it was actually in legend.
Yeah.
But I guess that comes to, like, is just otherness. But there has actually been studies to show that, so it's just quite interesting. I actually use, which I guess is a conscious choice, but I find it easier to switch my cutlery round.
I do that.
Yeah, and when I was a child, everyone would be like...
And when I lay the table, I'd lay it the wrong way round.
But if I want to eat my food and it's more comfortable for me to do it that way round, what's it to anyone?
Yeah.
Why am I getting in trouble for this? And then you try and use the other side, and it's like when you switch your feet round in driving. The muscle memory, you can't do it.
And I can't even remember but I actually don't know which way round. I only know when I'm doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what way it's meant to be. I just know the way I do it when I'm doing it.
I just started doing it, and then people would tell me it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what is the concept of wrong?
Wrong for you.
What's normal? Are any of us truly normal?
Yeah, no, I do that as well.
Yeah.
It's just comfier.
But I don't think it means anything. That part doesn't mean anything.
I've not killed anyone yet.
I'm in my 30s, that's still time.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was actually very interesting. I've learned something today.
I really want mugs that say, I love to learn.
Do you know what? I think it's actually become a really comical catchphrase because we get so much wrong.
Yeah.
But arguably, we may love to learn, but we can't retain it.
But I do want to get us both mugs that say, we love to learn.
Yeah, that would be good. The castle itself appears to have been built inside out. Many of its defensive features face inward rather than outward. Arrow slits, which should allow archers to fire at approaching enemies, are positioned to aim into the courtyard. The outer walls are unusually smooth and unbroken, offering little advantage for defence. There are no fortifications facing the surrounding landscape, no battlements designed to repel attackers. It's as though the builders were not trying to keep invaders out, but to keep something inside. Even the layout of the castle raises questions. Houska was not built near water, farmland, or trade routes. It sits far from major settlements of the time, offering no strategic benefit. There was no kitchen in the original construction, no fortification tower, no obvious living quarters. It does not resemble a castle meant for habitation or military use. Instead, it feels like a shell, a stone container built around a single point of concern: the pit beneath the chapel.
Are the arrows pointing into the pit then?
It's not, there aren't arrows, but it's just set up for to
but
be
into
pointed
the pit.
In the courtyard, which I don't think the chapel wouldn't be where the courtyard is, but it's still inside itself, which...
That would make sense if it was pointing at the chapel, because it's like, if anything comes up...
It's coming out there. Architectural historians often describe Houska as a cube within a cube within a cube, a layered structure with no clear purpose. Some have suggested it may have been intended as a hunting lodge or administrative centre, but these theories fall apart under scrutiny. Nothing about the design supports them, and the castle's earliest owners rarely lived there. Records show that for long stretches of time, Houska stood empty. Whatever Ottokar's true intentions were, the castle he built did little to quiet the legends. The stories of winged creatures did not stop, the apparitions did not fade, and the sense that something beneath the chapel was being contained, not conquered, only grew stronger with time. For centuries after its construction, people claimed that the courtyard, the forest, and the cliffside around the castle were alive with apparitions. One of the most frequently reported sightings was that of a horse running through the woods late at night. At first, this might seem unremarkable. Horses were common in medieval Bohemia, but witnesses insisted that this horse was different. It had no head. Where the head should have been, there was only a gaping wound, blood pouring from its open neck as it thundered past before vanishing into the trees. The image appears in several local folk tales, and some historians believe it may be tied to older Slavic myths of a headless riders, omens of death, or gateways between worlds. Kind of matching up with,
yeah,
the
probably
hell
from
theory.
the pit.
Yeah. This could be from the pit. Yeah. The headless horse was not alone. Many visitors claimed to see a man wandering the grounds in much the same condition, staggering, headless, leaving a trail of blood behind him that faded as quickly as he did. These stories persisted from the castle's earliest days through to the Renaissance, suggesting that whatever people were seeing, it was not modern embellishment. Elsewhere on the grounds, another apparition became infamous. A line of prisoners dressed in black robes, chained together as they shuffled across the courtyard. Witness described the clanking of their chains and the disturbing detail that some of the men carried severed limbs, sometimes their own. Packs of spectral dogs were said to chase them, tearing at their bodies, ripping off arms and legs. Yet the prisoners never stopped. They simply picked up whatever pieces had been taken from them and continued their grim procession.
Are those the prisoners from the pit, do they think?
Maybe. They've never
They
said.
sent down.
Not all the apparitions were grotesque. One of the most enduring legends is that of a beautiful woman with long dark hair, dressed in white.
Siren.
There's no water.
Yeah, but like a siren-esque creature. Like, it's always a beautiful woman, but
Yeah.
it's to lure people.
Yeah.
If she's from the pit, she's not going to be good. There's going to be something going on with her.
She wanders the upper halls of the castle and is often described as calm, almost serene, and unlike the other spirits, she does not appear wounded or tormented. Some believe she may be connected to the noble families who owned Houska in the 14th and 15th centuries, particularly the Lords of Duba, who used the castle intermittently. Others think she might be tied to the pagan history of the site, a remnant of older rituals or local deities that predate Christianity. And at the end, I actually have an interesting experience from someone that might link to that lady.
I'm waiting for you to say others believe that she's from the pit.
Maybe she's too chill for the pit.
I still think
too chill for
she's
the pit.
to lure people.
But she's just wandering about.
Yeah.
She's just chilling, just getting the steps
It's just
in.
hard to believe she wouldn't be from the pit, okay?
But then I guess, you know, the castle has history.
There's other spirits wandering around.
Can't blame the pit for everything.
It's become the scapegoat.
But the most unsettling aspect of Houska's ghost stories is how consistent they are. Across centuries, across languages, across political regimes, the same figures appear again and again. The headless horse, the bleeding man, the chained prisoners, the woman in white. They are not tied to a single era or a single tragedy. They seem woven into the land itself, as though the castle's presence merely gave shape to something that had always been there. And through all of this, the pit beneath the chapel remained sealed but never forgotten. By the 1600s, the castle had once again fallen into partial disuse, and that vacuum of authority drew in a different kind of occupant. In 1630, Houska was seized by a band of mercenaries, led by a man named Oronto, a figure who appears in several regional accounts, though has always been shrouded in rumour. Oronto and his men terrorised the surrounding villages, raiding homes, abducting locals, and dragging their captives back to the castle. But what unsettled the villagers most was not the violence itself, it was the belief that Oronto was using Houska for occult rituals. Of course he was. I mean, that is like a moth to a flame.
If you're going to do occult rituals, why would you not go to Houska?
Rude not to, really. According to the stories, Oronto had a deep fascination with alchemy and black magic. Some claimed he had already performed a ritual that granted him invulnerability. Others believed he was still searching for the final ingredient that would make him immortal. It's always the shittest people as well that want to be immortal, can I just say? You never see a nice guy that's like, or gal.
Literally Voldemort.
Voldemort.
prime example.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, the villagers were convinced that he could not be killed by ordinary means. They said that he had chosen Houska specifically because of the pit beneath the chapel. That does figure.
Is he looking for something to put a Horcrux into by any chance?
He believed the castle's dark history would amplify whatever power he was trying to harness. Most locals were too terrified to confront him, but eventually 2 hunters were hired to put an end to his reign. Knowing that Oronto might be protected by supernatural forces, the hunters sought a blacksmith reputed to have knowledge of the occult weapon craft. This to me seems like one of the first earliest scams, but here we go.
I was about to say, where did he learn this from? Because is he just making it up and being like, oh, I know how to kill this guy?
He just happens to be there, and he's like,
yeah.
oh.
Funnily enough, I'm actually an expert in this, and I can craft something for you for the small price of $1 million.
The blacksmith forged special bullets under ritual conditions, claiming they would be capable of killing a man who bound himself to dark magic.
They were just normal bullets, and he was just over it like, come
Bippity boppity. This will definitely stop it. Bam, bullets are done.
And they're just watching him like,
this guy knows his stuff.
He's onto something here. We're onto a winner.
Worth every penny. That night, the hunters approached the castle under the cover of darkness. From outside, they could see the glow of candlelight in the window of Oronto's chamber. They called his name softly, luring him towards the window.
Oronto.
Oronto.
I'm putting in our own sound effects now.
When he appeared, they fired a single shot, striking him directly between the eyes.
Ooh.
What a shot as well.
That's the money shot.
Pretty impressive. But the story does not end there.
Of course.
According to the legend, Oronto did not die immediately. Instead, he collapsed onto the floor of his chamber, bleeding heavily, and called out to his men. He begged them to bring his black hen, an animal he believed held the key to saving his life.
It's a Horcrux, okay?
In some occult traditions, black hens were associated with protective magic, sacrifice, or the transfer of life force. Whether Oronto believed the hen would heal him or complete his ritual is unclear, but his men never reached him in time, and he bled to death on the floor of Houska Castle.
I wish we could talk to the blacksmith and be like, off the record. I know we can't because it was ages ago.
Was it legit?
Was it just normal bullets?
Did you just make it up? Did you see an opportunity and think,
Did
yes.
this guy just die from normal bullets? From a shot to the head?
I mean, the fact that they actually managed to shoot him between the eyes is quite impressive.
Literally.
It would have been from quite far away.
And in all fairness, I know it's unlikely, and obviously he survived for a little bit before he bled out.
Yeah.
There are people who survive shots to the head.
Well, this is it. You've only got to be lucky in where it hits, and you can be alright for a bit.
Or you can survive completely.
I mean, if you think people were lobotomized and they survived.
Yeah, and also, like, some people, they don't have any disability from it. They're literally fine after being shot
crazy,
in the head.
isn't it?
One of BTK's victims, her brother was there, and he got shot twice. Once in the shoulder, I believe, but once in the head. And he got back up.
That is
and
crazy.
he ran out of that house. And he was treated, and he lived to tell the tale.
Wow. Did it go far in his head?
I don't know where it went in his head. It just went in his head.
It's still pretty impressive that you can live.
Yeah. And he pretended to play dead, so BTK
Smart.
went to the other room to where his sister was.
Continue.
Yeah. And he got back up and was like, not today.
I'm dipping.
And there was a guy who was in the library at Columbine, and I don't think he was directly shot with a bullet, but he had like shotgun fragments
Like
go
ricochet.
into his head.
Ooh.
And he was passed out, and there's really famous footage from the news of this guy. He crawled over to a window on the library, which was on the second floor, and basically, like, he said he just felt this presence being like, you need to get out of here, otherwise you're going to die. So he crawled over to the window, pulled himself up, and was literally like hurling head first out of this window. And luckily, the paramedics and the emergency responders on scene, they saw him and they dragged him out of the window. Yeah, there's footage of it. It is insane because he had something in his head and he was fine.
I mean, if there's ever evidence of guardian angels,
that is it. So I don't necessarily think because he didn't die straight away that it could be because he had some sort of special
I think
power.
it was just a fluke.
I think it was a lucky shot. him,
it was just
but
a
he
fluke.
still died because
Yeah.
obviously there's no emergency responders on scene going to treat him.
And I can't imagine that medical help would have been that beneficial at the time.
No, I mean, if they bought him a black hen, he's still going to die, but we'll never know because they never bought the black hen.
We'll never know.
His spirit could have gone into the black hen if they got there in time.
Now he's just a chicken that lives forever. I'm thinking the idea is that he takes the life force of the chicken, not that he gets put into the chicken.
See,
because that would suck.
I'm still on Horcruxes.
Would you rather die then and there or live as a chicken forever? Because
I don't know, no bills to pay, no work.
yeah, but people are probably constantly trying to kill you and eat you.
Facts, actually.
Your life on the run.
Just let me lay my eggs in peace.
Yeah, chicken's not high up on the
No.
on the food
Facts,
chain.
yeah, no, I'd probably... No, after a shot in the head, like, it's over.
Yeah,
Especially in those days.
yeah.
Down to the pit you go.
Might as well chuck him in.
Where you wanted to go, anyway. Like,
Listen out, see if he hits the bottom. Word of his death spread quickly, and many of his mercenaries fled into the night, abandoning the castle. Local authorities arrived soon after, arresting the remaining men and restoring order to the region. Once again, Houska was left empty, a silent fortress perched on a cliff, its walls holding yet another story of violence, ritual, and death. And once again, the castle returned to its uneasy slumber, waiting for the next chapter in its long, haunted history. By the early 19th century, Houska Castle was once again changing hands. Each new owner attempted to renovate or modernise the structure, but the castle's reputation clung to it like damp air. Workers frequently reported strange experiences, and one of the most unsettling accounts comes from a maintenance man who found himself alone near the chapel one late afternoon. He had been repairing a wall when he heard a voice. At first, he assumed it was one of his colleagues, but the voice didn't respond when he called out. It simply continued speaking, low, steady, and in a language he didn't recognise. Curious and uneasy, he put down his tools and pushed open the chapel doors.
Don't put down the tools.
Yeah,
you may need a
keep
weapon.
Although, what's a screwdriver going to do against a demon?
Against the chasm.
Yeah.
Fair.
The room was empty. For a moment there was silence, and then the voices started again. Not one, but several, whispering rapidly, overlapping each other. The man moved through the chapel trying to locate the source, but the voices seemed to come from inside the walls themselves. As he walked, they grew louder, as though following him. He later said he could not understand the language, but one word repeated again and again: Seraph. A seraph is one of the highest orders of angels in Christian, Jewish, and Islamic tradition, a being of fire, a guardian of sacred thresholds. The man fled the castle immediately and refused to return. His account was recorded by the castle's owner at the time, who noted that he was visibly shaken and insisted he had not been drinking. Now this is where we get to a time slip. One of the most famous 19th century's encounter came from someone far more well known, the Czech poet Karel Hynek Masha, probably mullered that pronunciation, one of the most influential literary figures of the era. In 1836, during a walking tour of northern Bohemia, Karel spent the night at Houska, and what happened to him there left such an impression he would later describe it to a friend in vivid detail. That night, Karel claimed he had a dream, though he insisted it felt more like an experience. He said he felt himself falling through a dark tunnel, deeper and deeper, until he emerged into a world that was horribly mechanized. He wandered through the streets he recognized as Prague, but everything was different, harsh, industrial, filled with strange machines. He spoke to a little girl who told him the year was 2006. She showed him moving images inside a small box she held in her hands, a description that eerily resembles a smartphone, decades before such technology existed. As the night fell in this future Prague, Karel said he walked among sandstone cliffs riddled with holes that glowed with eerie yellow lights. Many modern readers have pointed out that his description matches the massive concrete tower block housing estates built on the outskirts of Prague in the late 20th century, structures Karel could never have imagined.
Yeah.
When he awoke, he was deeply disturbed. He told his friend that the experience felt like a warning, or a glimpse into a world shaped by forces beyond human control. Some believe he experienced a time slip. Others think the castle's strange energy triggered a visionary dream. But whatever the explanation, Carol's account became one of the earliest written references to the idea that Houska is not just haunted, it may be a place where time itself behaves differently.
I'm leaning towards another dimension kind of thing.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
It really reminded me of when I had my past life regression thing.
Oh, yeah,
because I was falling down, or like going down with a rope, a well that had no bottom. And then obviously I saw what I later found out was Archangel Michael. So when I was reading it, I was like,
that's spooky.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really spooked me out when I read that. I thought, oh,
you'll have to give us a full story time of that at some point.
It was scatty. I mean, it's not like other past life regressions that I've heard about. It was really weird.
It's too hot to do it today, but at some point you'll have to do a full story time.
Yeah. But I just like, when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, did I go down the pit?
Did I go into the chasm itself?
Was I the prisoner?
But this is probably not the only one that exists.
No.
Like, I will always go back to America's national parks.
Yeah.
Because there is weird stuff in there. So I reckon there's some chasms lying about in there.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And this is just, when I didn't know this bit when I first knew about Houska. And when I knew this part of the story, I thought it's just all aligning of why I picked this. And maybe you can guess who might appear next to the story, because they always appear somehow in the stories I enjoy. Not that I enjoy them.
Is it the Nazis? Yes, I guessed right. You do bring them up.
I do, every time, and I don't like them. Can I just say?
Just to make that clear.
I do not like them. And guess who may have had a time slip?
Hitler?
The main man himself. As the 19th century gave way to the 20th, Houska's legends were about to collide with one of the darkest chapters in European history.
They always play about with this stuff.
They do, they love it. And of course they would love the story. Things flying out a pit.
They're like, we want to get the dog, frog, human thing and weaponize it.
I reckon we could get these bats to fight for us.
Because that's what they wanted. Like, all this, like the expedition to Antarctica, they wanted to get technology or weird stuff just so they could weaponize it.
That was for the Holy Grail. They thought the Holy... Maybe it was there.
Because was Hitler trying to be immortal?
I mean, he seems like the type.
We don't know for a fact, but allegedly, in my opinion.
I think he absolutely would have loved to have been immortal. A century after Carol's strange experience, Europe was once again on the brink of catastrophe. In 1938, the Munich Agreement handed large portions of Czechoslovakia to Nazi Germany, and with that transfer came control of several remote castles scattered across the region. 4 of these were commanded by the Nazis, and Houska was one of them.
Can I just say, if I was like leading that agreement from the Czech side,
don't let him have it.
Houska's not going to be included.
I guess at the time they probably didn't know that he loved that kind of stuff. They were like, what is he going to do?
Let's give him the chasm. Maybe he'll go in it.
Yeah, they thought, give him the crap stuff that we don't want. Definitely give him Houska.
But yeah, I would kind of be in conversation with them like, you don't want it, like the building's rubbish, blah blah blah, all of that stuff, and not go into, well, there is a chasm that, you know, it could lead to another dimension, or it could be a gateway to hell itself. Is that something you're interested in?
Where do I sign?
I'll take that off your hands for free.
Fine, we'll take it if it comes with the agreement. The official reason for occupying these castles was never clearly stated, but one detail is well documented. We're getting to the word that I can't say. The Nazis had been gathering enormous quantities of banned literature. While they publicly burned these books in the streets, they privately collected thousands of volumes on Judaism, Freemasonry, esotericism.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
We'll see. And, according to several historians, the occult. Berlin became the central repository for these materials, but Allied bombing intensified, and the Nazis feared the collection would be destroyed. Their solution was to relocate the books to remote, defensible locations in the Czech countryside, and Houska, isolated and difficult to access, became one of these storage sites. This alone would have been enough to fuel rumours, but Houska's reputation, the pit, the legends, the strange architecture made it irresistible within the Nazi hierarchy, who were obsessed with mysticism. Heinrich Himmler, head of the SS, was particularly fascinated by occult traditions. He's the worst.
I literally hate that.
He's Horrible.
I mean, who wouldn't? But every time I hear him, I'm just like, oh.
I roll.
God's sake.
He's
But
everywhere.
I can imagine Hitler sent people to go explore it, and they got on the phone to him and was like,
You'll never believe it.
we heard some rumours, we've got here, and the chasm is here. And Hitler's like, I'm on my way.
Say less.
It's like that meme where
I know
they
exactly
say,
what you're going to say.
I'm home alone, and the guy's just like, ew.
It's literally exactly what came into my head as well. Hitler's like, get me down that pit.
Oh,
You know
gosh.
the demons would be screaming at him coming down, not the other way around.
We don't want you here.
Oh, God. He believed that ancient Germanic paganism held the key to understanding the true origins of the Aryan race, and he funded numerous pseudoscientific expeditions in search of sacred sites, relics, and sources of supernatural power. Some accounts claim that Himmler visited Houska personally, though no official records survive to confirm this. He definitely did. Still, the rumours persisted that rituals were performed in the chapel, that high-ranking officers gathered there for ceremonies intended to influence the war, that the castle's strange energy was being studied.
I
or
find it
exploited.
so odd, like I did with the Antarctica thing, and when we've talked about the Nazis in other ones, I just find it so odd. You've got a world war on your hands where you're fighting a lot of countries at once, and while juggling all of that, you want to go to this castle
You
and
want
do
Indiana
some little
Jones
rituals.
missions.
Yeah, like what are you doing with your time? It's
Just
poor time
imagine
management.
Hitler barrel rolling through these tunnels as all the booby traps are going on.
Like honestly, I don't understand what they did day to day to actually do the war. Or was it just like Hitler and Himmler were just like, you do you
This is
and
boring.
sort this out. I'm gonna go do a ritual in this castle with a chasm.
What's the worst that can happen?
Honestly, it's just so ridiculous.
I feel like they thought they might save the day with uncovering this really big secret power and being like, I told you!
Yeah. The weird thing is, it's like they all tailor it to the Aryan race as well. And it's like in none of the history and folklore has this been mentioned, and then they get involved with their delusional thinking, and they're just like, you know what, this could be tied to the Aryan race theory.
I think it is. I think the aliens were the Aryan race. I think, yeah, that sounds right. Other stories paint a darker picture. Some locals claimed that Houska was being used as a breeding facility, where captured Polish and Russian women were being forced into programs designed to produce the future of the Aryan race. Others insisted the castle was simply used as a brothel for German troops.
Do you know what? I don't like this. This is starting to sound like there's going to be an Antichrist born. I mean, I don't like it, even without the Antichrist thing. Like, that is just gross, but...
I just imagine, like, that something's coming out of the pit in some sort of, like, womb thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, like, bursting out.
Yeah.
Something like that. There's never going to be good, is it?
With wings. Like a
Oh,
half
yeah.
bat, half baby.
Yeah.
And teeth.
No, I think it's going to be fully grown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to have sharp teeth. 100%. And a thirst for blood. The truth is difficult to determine. Wartime records were destroyed and the Nazis left little behind that could be verified. But one rumour stands out above the rest, that Hitler himself experienced a time slip while visiting the castle. According to this story, he claims to have seen visions of a future battlefield, a bleak, mechanised landscape that some believe resembled the Eastern Front.
It wasn't a vision, it was his own imagination.
Yeah, he just saw himself losing the war. Damn it. Crack the stone open, we're going in the chasm.
That's where they all fled to.
They just dipped down the hole.
Some went to Antarctica, some went in the chasm.
There is no evidence to support this, but the tale has become part of Houska's mythology. What is known is that when the war ended and Allied forces reclaimed the region, Houska was found abandoned. Years later, when the castle was being used as a convalescent retreat for sick children, a disturbing discovery was made. Beneath the floorboards, the bodies of 3 Nazi soldiers were found. They had not died in battle, there was no reports of fighting near Houska, but instead they appeared to have been executed by their own men.
I was about to say probably some sort of disagreement, and they were like, we've got the books at Houska, might as well just keep these there.
Why their bodies were hidden under the floor remains a mystery. Some believe they attempted to desert, others think they witnessed something they were not meant to see, and a few think that whatever the Nazis were doing inside Houska, whatever they were trying to summon, study or control, turned on them.
Maybe it was a sacrifice. Maybe the chasm wanted.
It's a step up from a black hen.
I'm surprised they didn't put them in the chasm, but I guess there's a whole chapel and
Yeah, you have to crack the stone.
Put them under the floorboards, it's close enough.
Yeah.
If the chasm wants them, it will come get them.
Just a new chasm appears. As the 20th century progressed, the more dramatic tales of demons and winged creatures seemed to fade, but Houska never lost its reputation as a place where the veil between worlds is thin. Even in modern times, the castle has produced a steady stream of strange encounters, some subtle, some violent, all unsettling. One former owner recounted an incident that took place during a quiet evening with friends. They were sitting in one of the castle's rooms drinking wine when the man placed his glass on the table. Moments later, the group fell silent as they watched the glass lift into the air, as though held by an invisible hand. The man reached out and took it, unnerved. I don't know how you laugh.
If he's the owner, maybe it's happened before.
It's happened all the time. And set it back down. But the glass slid across the table on its own, stopping only when it reached the exact centre. No one in the room could explain what they had seen. Ghost hunting teams have flocked to Houska since it opened to the public in 1999, and many have reported similar disturbances. In 2014, one group claimed that their fully charged equipment drained within minutes of entering the chapel. They heard unexplained sounds echoing through the stone walls, and one investigator felt a sudden burning sensation on his chest. When he lifted his shirt, a blistered mark had appeared, as though something had pressed against him with intense heat. Other visitors have described doors that refused to open despite being unlocked, or the sound of tools clattering in empty rooms. The castle's warden eventually restricted overnight stays after one guest who had insisted on spending the night alone to experience something supernatural threw himself from the bedroom window in the middle of the night. Shadow figures are among the most commonly reported phenomena. People often see a dark silhouette walking along the elevated walkway above the courtyard, a silent, watchful presence that seems to patrol the castle grounds. Many believe this figure is harmless, a guardian of sorts, perhaps tied to the pit beneath the chapel, but not all encounters are so benign. One couple dining at the castle claimed that they heard a heavy thump behind them. When they turned, nothing was there. But when they faced forward again, two semi-transparent figures in black robes stood before them. The figures had no faces. They whispered to each other in low, urgent tones before fading away, and the couple insisted they heard the words "killing young girls" among the whispers.
Okay.
In recent years, Houska has also become a magnet for those who believe the castle is connected to time travel. Several self-described psychics have claimed that certain rooms act as portals or conduits, allowing glimpses into the past or future. One Irish visitor reported that a specific chamber felt like a temporal doorway, though he could not articulate how he knew.
Okay.
And this is an account that kind of, I think, links back to that woman in white situation, which was an account that came from Alexandra Mackenzie, who was a clinical hypnotherapist who became fascinated with Houska's legends. She said she felt called to the castle and travelled there to investigate. Upon arriving, she headed towards the chapel but felt an overwhelming sense that she was going the wrong way, as though something was warning her. So instead, she walked outside and climbed a nearby hill. As she reached the top, a sudden gust of wind swept through her hair and she felt the world shift. When she looked down, she was no longer wearing her modern clothes, but instead, she was dressed in white, with a belt embroidered with flowers, an outfit she described as resembling that of a priestess. As she walked back towards the castle, other young women joined her, all moving in a solemn procession. Then, in an instant, her clothing vanished, and she realised she was completely naked. A wave of dread washed over her. She understood, without knowing how, that they were being led to Houska to be sacrificed. Her memory after that blurred, but moments later she found herself back on the hill, dressed normally, and the castle was silent below. Whether these experiences are psychological, spiritual, or something stranger, they continue to draw people to Houska. The castle remains a place where history, myth, and the unknown collide. A fortress built not to defend a kingdom, but to contain a mystery that has haunted the land for more than 1,000 years.
I don't know what to make of it. It literally has everything.
It's got it all.
Sacrifice, Nazis, time slip, gateway to hell,
Winged creatures, headless
apparitions.
horse.
Yeah, it's just got everything. So I don't know what to think. Like I said, I think the chasm could be another dimension type thing.
I did think about the story of the prisoners going down. Is there some sort of gas that's down there?
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
It's so in sync sometimes.
It's just uncanny.
Like, is it something to do with the nature of the land that has something there that causes people to have these weird experiences?
But they do say limestone does hold energy, don't they? It absorbs.
Yes.
So they do say that.
I know, I've heard.
So, you know,
Yeah.
maybe it's a little bit this, a little bit that.
Maybe we'll just have to go there. I like how the one guy spent the night on his own and then jumped out the window and the warden was like, we've got to shut it down.
And no one's staying here anymore. You've ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, I don't need this liability on my hands. So yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go there, to be fair, the chasm and everything. I don't want to be
all the elements of that
sucked in.
story. I think I'd want to check under all the floorboards.
Yeah, no. But that was interesting. I enjoyed that. So the twisted tongues for the next episode, comment down below if you think you know what it is. The warmth of summer fades, leaving only unanswered questions. The clues are few, but the theories are plenty. A case turning cold that many believe is easy to solve. If only the missing piece would surface. Stories from that day shift with every retelling, and the contradictions only blur what should have been clear.
That could be so many things.
It could be. There is a hint in the first line though. So,
Little clue for you.
If you know, you know. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please like the video if you like the video and consider subscribing to our channel. We'd really appreciate it and it really does make our day.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
See you later.
Spooky and kooky mystery.